Broadway is crazy. There's a lot of energy out here. Hundreds of bars, hundreds of people, a good mood, good energy, but obviously my favorite thing is the live music. We're getting a Club 54 song, baby. I'm actually excited about it.
Golf continues the second half of its 2024 league schedule with its first ever visit to Tennessee. It's day one, baby. Crushers GC captain Bryson DeChambeau makes his first LIV Golf debut since winning the U.S. Open. We're live from the Grove here in Tennessee, and the stakes couldn't be higher, and we're here to talk about it all. Welcome to Club 54 Pre-Round Show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby, and joining me is your favorite LIV Golf analyst, Jerry Faltz.
You were having a good time downtown.
I had a great time. As you can see, we got a new Club 54 theme song.
That's
from
pretty
that,
cool. And a country
band.
song, which is really, to me, the only genre that has music in its name. So the only genre that is music to me. But you and I had a great time down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wasn't the only one that
Our
had
whole
fun.
crew went down, and then a couple of us kind of, we didn't go back when they did and had a great time in Nashville.
I think we have a photo. Should we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should we pull up the photo? Oh, there it is right there, Jerry. There we are. Look at us.
Wow, I didn't know we took photos. But,
Forgot about that moment, huh?
I had never been on Broadway down in Nashville. I'd never been really to Nashville before. What a town. So much energy, so many great people, so much fun, and then the music everywhere you go is incredible.
The fans are also piling in.
It's basically sold out all 3 days. There are very limited tickets available through, I don't even think they got to go through the second, the wholesale market type thing. It's pretty cool, yeah.
We have our party hole on 15.
Another party hole.
Are we expecting these fans to compete with Adelaide fans at that party hole there?
That's asking a lot right there, but they do know how to have fun in Smashville, Nash Vegas, whatever you want to call it. I think 13 different countries and 31 states are represented in the ticket sales here this week, so people coming from far and wide to see LIV Golf Nashville might be the most successful event in the United States thus far. Time will tell, but we're excited about it.
All right, let's get into the show. One guy we have to talk about, the man of the people, Mr. Box Office himself.
Oh, yeah.
Crushers GC captain Bryson DeChambeau just had an incredible 7 days or so, from winning the U.S. Open to his incredible media run. Can we just talk about his media run for a second and how good he is at creating moments?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he would fly home, have a good time for a day or two, then show up here in Nashville. I turn on the Today Show Monday morning, and there he is. He's telling him he's on the mall with the whole gang, Al Roker and the gang, and he tells them, I got in at 2:30 last night after letting basically everybody in the entire state of North Carolina put their hand on the trophy and signing autographs. And then he goes and he did Jimmy Fallon as well. He came here, he did a gazillion interviews here, and he did some other interviews while on site that we didn't even know about that showed up later. And since then, with a lot of people that weren't really necessarily the most in favor of our league. And it just goes to show the reach of Bryson DeChambeau right now and what he means to the game in general, not to just LIV Golf, but to the game in general and the fans.
Right, everybody's talking about it. Celebrities are talking. Even Tim Tebow, who had some things to say to Bryson. You've worked so hard for this. Congrats. I mean, that's a pretty great co-sign there from NFL superstar Tim, who I'm sure you're good friends with. It just seems like Bryson, had to throw that in there. It just seems like Bryson has really figured out how to connect with the fans more than ever. He's getting better at it. And instead of it being a distraction, it almost seems to be making him even better at golf.
Well, yeah, he welcomes it. He absolutely welcomes he welcomes the platform that he has a chance to really make a difference in this game. And it hasn't always been that way with Bryson. He's a maturing man from his earlier years as a pro, where he was a little more about what he was trying to get done. Now he's about trying to do more for more people, and it's not an act. That's who Bryson is. Some of the stuff he has done in the last couple of years, it just amazes me. Yesterday, there's one of the Twitter-friendly guys that is a LIV fan. He came out here and told Bryson while he was walking around with him at the Pro-Am about a story of a kid who really wanted to come see him this week, but he had to go play in a qualifying event for a junior tournament, for a national junior tournament. Bryson took his phone and recorded a message wishing this kid good luck and sent it to the guy's dad. That kind of stuff doesn't happen in sports. That's really cool.
Well, he's so lovable at this point. Some people might forget how good he is at golf.
Well, and it didn't just happen overnight. 6th in the Masters, 2nd at the PGA, and then, of course, he wins the U.S. Open.
Let's talk about the U.S. Open while we're on the subject. How special is his performance that he did it? I remember John Rahm saying that bunker shot he saw might have been one of the greatest shots he's seen.
Yeah, but then Johnson Wagner in the dark one up there in his second try put it to a foot. So I think that's overrated. No, I mean, when you see the greatest players in the game just drop their jaws at the bunker shot he pulled off under that pressure, and then burying the putt. And then he made another classy move with Pavon afterwards, because everybody was like, why didn't Pavon finish? He was on the same line, and Bryson told him right there on the 18th green, I'm so glad you didn't decide to putt out, because a lot of people would have thought you were giving me the line, and I didn't want to win that way. Thank you for doing that. It wasn't why Pavon did it. He did it to try and give his full attention to his own putt, but that was pretty cool. He has a presence in the most intense moments, a presence of mind that you just don't see amongst all athletes.
Well, how does he do now? We've talked about this subject before.
Who knows?
It's so hard to win and then reset, come back and try to do it again right after you've had such a big week.
Yeah, his worst finish in a major this year, 6th. He's 15th on our points list. So yeah, no, he's got no shot here. It's just too good. I'm kidding. No, Bryson's playing great. I don't know how easily he can just turn on the focus for this event this week after everything he's done. But if there's one guy who can, I think it's him.
Well, everybody's talking about it. Bryson DeChambeau is buzzing, especially on social media. As you know, it's his thing. As you can see, he's there with the fans. And people are talking about it, baby. Here are the tweets. Well-earned, great week. I mean, that's an understatement, calling it a great week, right?
Oh, it's just amazing, the amount of support from all over the world, all walks of life.
Golfers are getting better every day thanks to the Live Lesson series available on the Live Golf Plus app. Would you like to learn how to drive it from Bryson DeChambeau? Well, have a look.
Hi, I'm Bryson DeChambeau, captain of Crushers GC, and welcome to my Live Lessons.
Bryson DeChambeau electrifies the crowd.
So the 3 lessons that we're going to be teaching you guys about today is going to be power and distance, precision and accuracy, and how to hit an iron off the tee and make sure you hit that fairway.
Just staggering from Bryson.
The most important thing when learning how to accumulate power, that's what psycho mode comes in. Try to get a little psycho with it. You got to swing as hard as you can. You still have to be able to hit it in the center of the face. Like, it's not easy to swing it that hard and to be able to hit it in the center of the face all the time. You know, you got the saying, drive for show, putt for dough, but if you're not hitting it in the fairway, you're not giving yourself any opportunity to putt for dough. If I'm straight at you, if that's where the target is, keep the face open, that's gonna make the ball go right. You really wanna be focused on the target at hand to make it go exactly where I want to. Those are some simple tips for you guys. These tips will improve your game and take you to the next level.
Be sure to check in with those Live Lessons on Live Golf Plus, especially if you're trying to get your golf game up like I am.
Yeah,
all right, Jerry.
If you get to where you can hit as far as Bryson, I'm going to be impressed. But you're a lot more of an athlete than most of us.
Well, I'll take that, Jerry. That was kind of you.
And you got some moves on the dance floor at the country bar there tonight. Where were we at? Morgan Wallen's place, right?
We were at Morgan Wallen's place. It was pretty solid. Shall we go back tonight, Jerry?
I'm on. I'm in.
It's a beautiful day here, as you can see. Fans are piling in as we speak. All right, Jerry, let's get a little bit into this course. I want you to tell me what's so special about this beautiful course here we call the Grove.
It's you know what? It's a Greg Norman design, and I really love Greg Norman designs, not because he's the commissioner and CEO of Live Golf, because I always have loved his designs. They're understated. They're very subtle. The difficulty is always very subtle. They're not these overly dramatic courses like a Pete Dye golf course. It just looks like nothing but danger. These look very user-friendly at all times, very user-friendly, and they can challenge some of the greatest players in the world, but they can also be very nice to lesser skilled players. And he's a magician at doing that. And you have to play them a few times to actually get to be able to appreciate the difficulty of them and the subtlety of it. big, massive wide fairways. Distance is a huge key this week. We based all the analytics on Korn Ferry event they had here for a few years, and that publicly available knowledge, we base a lot of the analytics going into this week on. Much, much higher than average value on distance this week, much higher than average value on fairways hit, but the thing is they're so wide you can't miss them, so that doesn't really play out too much. 1/3 of all approach shots are over 200 yards this week. That makes a big difference as well. So this course, probably more than any we play all year, favors distance.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's get into this individual race. I want to ask you, after you just explained perfectly about this course, which individual do you think it favors the most? I'm assuming guys like Jon Rahm, Joaquin Niemann.
You're getting damn good at this. I mean, I tell you what, every course favors those guys because statistically they're just awesome.
That's
absolutely
fair. That's
awesome.
fair.
Yeah. No, one of those two guys should win. Absolutely. I honestly think this is a week after a week off letting his foot heal that Rahm ends the goose egg in his live golf quest to get that first win. Joaquin Niemann is supposed to play well here. In every analytic way you look at it, he's supposed to play well here. But then you look around, these guys behind us and the guys on the range, and you just, the amount of great players we have in this league, you look back, well, this course fits him, this course fits him. It's impossible to pick. But I like Rahm the best this week going in. The rest, he doesn't have the U.S. Open hangover that a lot of the guys have. So we had 13 guys play, 12 guys play. He doesn't have that, so he'll be a lot more rested, as will Niemann.
And I know you have a dark horse pick.
Is it time
today.
for the dark horse?
It is time for the dark horse. Why not?
Yes, I love the guy. He's a kid. He's still a kid. But we were walking or driving around, Rachel and I, yesterday on the course, and I ran into him, and I said, hey, do you mind if a so-called expert picks you as the kind of dark horse winner this week? He goes, no, I think I'm playing pretty good. I'm playing really good. I go, well, if you look at the analytics, you're really high in about 6 of the key categories. He goes, well, I don't even have to play then, do I? And that's Matt Wolff. Matt Wolff should play well here. Just his strokes gain off the tee and distance driving off the tee is second. There's a lot of those where he's not really high, but those are ones that don't really matter here. Now, approach long is something that's going to matter. 26, he's middle of the pack in that. And again, 1/3 of the approach shots here from outside 200 yards. But if he, like anybody else, he's a ball striker. This is a ball striker's heaven. He's not always the most accurate off the tee, but like I said, this course is very forgiving. Distance is huge. The greens are massive. They're really, really not all that difficult to pitch and putt to, or pitch to anyway, because of the Zoysia fairways. Much easier than what any of the guys faced last week at Pinehurst. So just make a few putts. If you get it close, make a few putts. I mean, it's magic ingredient anywhere, but here it really, really stands out.
Shall we talk about another bomber, Phil Mickelson, a historic bomber? You actually got to sit down with him recently and chat with him. How was that, talking to him?
It's always cool. I mean, I like talking to Phil on camera and off camera because David Faraday once said it about him, and I don't know if Phil even likes this quote, but he said, it's like Phil's watching a movie only he can see. His mind works a different way than my mind does and than other guys. And when you sit down and talk to him and ask him his opinion on things, and then you think, I didn't really think of that, and then 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, it all comes true. The guy is absolutely brilliant in that regard, so it always intrigues me to sit down with Phil.
Well, let's take a look at the clip from Fairways Having Pod, your favorite golf podcast, with Jerry Fultz and Sue-Ann Hang, talking to Phil Mickelson. Take a look.
What's the future like for the High Flyers?
I don't know this, but I believe in discussions that we've had and in our planning and so forth that each team will ultimately have like a home base, a home golf course.
You haven't been wrong yet.
And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but we're already looking into this, So I want to have a world-class training facility, but I also want physical training and physical therapy. So I want everybody to have access to it. And then the High Flyers, as a team, what we want to do is create an opportunity for a lot of young players that don't have access to that, but are very good players that don't quite make it because they don't have the infrastructure to succeed. Like when they say it takes a team, like it really takes a lot of people to help you. Like I didn't start winning majors till I started working with Dave Pells, and I started practicing different.
Right.
And it was little things like when one shot often determines a major, right? We saw it at the U.S. Open. We saw it in my career. My first major at the Masters, one shot. So it's like, where do you, over the course of 4 days, like, how do you pick up a 1/10 of a shot, right? Well, one example is if you chip it to 4 feet, you make 90% of your 4-footers. But if you chip it to 3 feet, you make 100%. So over the course of 4 days, I need to chip every basic chip inside 3 feet and not 4 feet. That 1 foot is a fraction, and it makes the difference. So as a team, I want to provide that, and I think every team wants to provide that. And then you have to say, well, what do you get out of it? Well, hopefully they'll want to be a high flyer, and they'll become great, and they'll transition onto our team, and and maybe we have the first opportunity to sign him.
All right, make sure you guys scan that QR code.
QR code
Got a
on
little
your
tongue
cue
tied,
card,
blah, blah, blah. Check out that full episode on YouTube. It's a great time.
It's on
Jerry,
the
you
Live
guys
Golf.
really do a great job
We
with
have
that
so much
podcast.
fun. That's on the Live Golf page on YouTube now, and that one's obviously getting a lot of views because it's Phil Mickelson. I like to think it's me. I know it's not me, it's Sue Ann, but when you get a guest like Phil, it's awesome. We have so much fun doing it. We should pay to do it, not get paid to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was very kind. That's good, Jerry.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
All right, let's talk some team talk a little bit. So many storylines, so many close calls here, especially between like Torque and Ripper. Their scores are so close. What's your take on the team competition here in Nashville?
Torque is going to win. If Mito Pereira can get around and 32 putts are better this week, because he's the only ingredient that's missing for Torque. His putter has been really, really bad. They're 12th as a team in putting. If he makes a few putts this week, Torque wins, period.
All right, let's check in with Sue Ann, Hang, and Dom. Let's see if they agree with you. Let's have a little team chat with them. What can we watch for today, guys?
Let's focus on the teams this week, Suan. Only 5 events before the team championship in Dallas, and it's so important to finish in the top 4 because that way you get a bye through to the second round. And 3 teams, Stinger, Smash, and Cleeks, are right behind Ripper in 4th place. If you're going to play well, this is the time to start playing well.
Yeah, well, who's your pick, though?
I'm going to pick Smash this week.
You are. You're going to pick Smash. Well, I'm going to go with the Ripper GC boys because they've obviously proven themselves this year. They struggled last season, came back, won in Adelaide after that playoff, won again in Singapore back-to-back, contended in Houston, and then obviously, unfortunately, Cam shot 80 on the final round, which is very unlike Cam, but that he played pretty decently at the U.S. Open. So I'm going to go with the Ripper GC boys. They're also the only team to have 3 players in the top 10 in putting stats, so that's going to be important this week.
Big thank you to Sue Ann and Dom. Jerry, I'm surprised you didn't mention the Cleeks today.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome to see them go back-to-back. This course does not suit them. It does not suit them at all. They don't have a lot of long hitters on the squad. It would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear what they were saying. We were getting heckled by all these people in the background. But no, that would be really cool to see. I'm a fan now. I think they got a lot of fans now in the Cleeks, but that this course doesn't suit their team as a whole.
Well, before we talk more with you, Jerry, we got to get into our poll, which we do each and every pre-show. So the one for today is, which player does not have a U.S. amateur win or 2 U.S. Open wins?
2.
Who is it? Tiger, Bryson, Brooks, Jack?
1 U.S. Am and 2 U.S. Open.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Does not have 1 U.S. amateur and 2 U.S. Open wins. Put your code in and get your votes in ASAP. Phil and his High Flyers are hunting for their first team win. Will Nashville be their moment?
I've won a lot of tournaments in my career, but this would mean so much because I feel very connected to the overall success of the High Flyers.
Phil's High Flyers, it's been a struggle for them, but they are well positioned at the halfway stage.
You know, I think we've gotten in our own way a few times and tried a little too hard, and I think golf is not something that you can force. It comes in waves, and I think we're starting to catch one.
I mean, Adelaide was a big step for us because we finished 3rd and Brendan Steele won. Being his success is driving us.
Brendan Steele wins for the first time in his Live Golf career.
Got that taste in Adelaide, that was great, and we've been working hard for that for a long time. Phil said, we're done trending, let's just do it.
Seeing each other play every week, I think we know what everyone's capable of.
Phil is producing the goods for the High Flyers.
We're going to have success. We're a winning team. We haven't won yet, but we're a winning team.
Gotta love Phil and his High Flyers. It's a beautiful day for golf, as you can see. And here are some stats here of our High Flyers. Jerry, as we look at this, when you see this team here lined up, can they do it?
Yeah, I think so much of it depends on Captain Phil and Andy Ogletree. Andy Ogletree, so much talent. He's seen moments of brilliance in his brief professional career and then moments where he struggled. Phil Mickelson, you just never count him out. I know he just turned, 54 years old a couple of days ago, but he still has the length, the power, the swing speed, all of the mechanics that you need to be able to play golf at the highest level. He just needs to get it done, and this course does suit him really well.
Only time will tell. It's day 1, and we are just moments away from that shotgun start. I can't wait. All right, Jerry, always appreciate your time. I know you got to head over to the main show.
I got to go get some air conditioning.
It's hot out
yeah,
here,
it's hot.
isn't it?
It's
any final
hotter.
thoughts? As usual, I always ask what you got for us.
It's going to be a great day. I'm just so thrilled, but the community, the state, the city, Nashville, and all the golf fans around are going to come out and enjoy this week.
Go catch some AC, Jerry.
You got it, man.
Get out of here.
Thanks.
All right, speaking of AC, two guys that are chilling right now in the booth, Arlo and David. Let's check in with you two. What's up, boys?
Christian, thanks very much indeed. Welcome inside the Live broadcast booth. We're preparing to go on air with the call of this great tournament at the top of the hour. The crowds have been flocking in from very early this morning, so the atmosphere is going to be absolutely superb. We've had a great week so far. This is a fun city, and Nashville has really embraced the Live Golf League. But it's now time, David, for the serious business to start. And Bryson is electrified, not just the golfing world, but the sporting world. How does this course compare to his heroics where he performed them at Pinehurst last week?
Well, it's nothing like it, really. There's virtually no rough. There's a lot of fairway to hit out there, and there's some water, a lot of water on this golf course. So it's a completely different test. The one similarity is the greens are raised up and they're shaved around the edges, you know, so there's a certain amount of runoff there that they've got to worry about as well.
Can Bryson maintain the level of adrenaline? Because at some point, surely there's got to be a dip.
You would think so, but it's hard to say with him. He's such an unusual character. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if he comes out and wins again here this week.
Absolutely. And you've got a new beard you can stroke as well during the broadcast.
Yes, it makes me look more intelligent.
Yes, it's coming along very nicely. Christian, we'll send it back to you. We'll take it at the top of the hour.
All right, big thanks to you, Arlo and David. Now, we couldn't have a pre-round show without the one and only Rachel Drummond, so let's not waste any time. Let's check in with Rachel. She's on the putting. Rachel, what's going on over there?
Hey, Cece, how you doing? Right, we're starting on the dance floor this week. Go on, get a little look at these greens quickly. 12.5 on the stimp. They are absolutely rapid. Now, we've got a putting coach here, John Howes, working with Sam Horsfield. He's actually the head pro at the JCB, where we're going to be in a few weeks. John, you want to do a quick question, or are you in the zone?
We are, we're all good.
Right, calibration, really quickly. You said about this with Sam's stroke. How do you calibrate the greens?
So Sam's just using feet there to try and feel slope. And obviously that then try and picture that against his visuals, really, for the putt. Try and build that picture of the putt.
How you doing, Sam? Going to plan?
Trying to make some putts.
Well, you did last week, 6 under final round. Play well. Right, we've got a major champ in the building. Bryson DeChambeau. Here he is. Richie, get a little look. He's got his alignment ruler down. Getting all lined up. It also looks like he's using a foresight. I might have to ask him afterwards what that's about. Give a little look at that, Richie. He's literally motoring off 12 hours sleep at the moment. Getting his eye in. Richie, come with me. We're going to motor onto the range. Let's leave him in peace. He's been pestered all week. As you can see here, mirrors, tee down, leash. Leash, this is pure grass, isn't it?
Hey, how you going?
How's this?
How's this? Nice, the grass. Yeah, bloody oath. There's not much to complain about here.
Just rolling casual 6-footers in. Good job. Right. Richie, have a little look at these crowds. Smarty always turns his head. Right, crowds. Look at all these kids. Who's your player?
Bryson DeChambeau.
Everyone's here for Bryson. How about you?
Bryson.
Bryson. Anyone not Bryson?
Bryson.
As he's wearing a Crushers hat. Right, let's keep going through the crowds. Right, this course is known as a bomber's course. Quite wide open, but someone that's going to hit it a long way this week. Bunker play key, greens, putting. Right, let's make our way onto the range. I've got to move quickly this week. We're going to Paul Casey. Come on, Richie. He's looking at me. I've eyed him up. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Paul. Paul, you're ready for me. Always does his 50-ball warm-up. Yeah. You've got a major champion in your group this week. How does it feel?
Oh, Bubba
Bubba's amazing. I love playing it. So, I mean, I always said to people, if you want to go watch somebody play, go watch Bubba. I mean, I guess Bryson's the man right now. Everybody knows that. But the way Bubba plays golf is so beautiful. You know, when we go on a golf course, you'll see, like, go to par 3, and all these divots are sort of square, roughly towards the flag. There'll be one that's just at this very acute angle. It's always Bubba.
I mean, you can always count on some English sarcasm.
No, but I mean that genuinely. I really enjoy playing with him. It's because there's so many ways to sort of skin a cat, and Bubba shows that it's like there's, in this world that we're living in of, you know, launch monitors and you got to deliver the club a certain way, Bubba breaks all the rules. But it's a beautiful way of playing.
Go on, Paul, play well. Right, I want to grab 2 more people, tour junkies, really quickly. These guys have got the inside scoop on everything. Liv.
What up?
Who's your player? Who's your team this week?
Listen, we got a couple of, I just saw John Catlin wearing pants, and it's hot. He's standing on business today. We played with him in the Pro-Am. He shot 7 under on his own ball. He is the dark horse to me, but Sergio's my winner. 2 runner-ups this year, played great at Pinehurst. He's my winner. I don't know about Pat, though.
Listen, Rachel, it is a little toasty out here, right? And I think Cam Smith is getting hot this week, all right? It's time for him to win. He's cool under the pressure, so I'm picking Cam Smith to win. And then listen to this. I like Joaquin Niemann in a matchup play against Bryson. I think Bryson's a little bit tired, okay? He's had a whirlwind week. I think Niemann wins that matchup. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen their podcast or YouTube, unbelievable. You've got all the insights today, guys. It's going to be a great day. Look at these crowds behind me.
Rachel, I'm just so impressed that you were able to navigate through that crowd as well as you did. You went just about everywhere over there, so very impressive. Also, Paul Casey, very funny. As you can see, the fans are excited. They're starting to crowd around like never before. The guys are getting ready. A lot of experts are cheering for Joaquin Niemann. Bryson DeChambeau seems to be the people's favorite, as you can see, but wait a minute. This just in from the producer. Sounds like Rachel has another special guest she's going to chat with. Rachel, I'm tossing it back over to you. Who are you with? What's going on over there?
Hey, how you feeling?
I mean, I don't know how we've managed to get Greg. He's such a popular man. Greg Norman, our CEO, also the course designer of this beautiful course.
Yes.
Talk to us quickly about the setup.
Well, setup is, I think, is a really good second shot golf course with all the runoffs we particularly put around here. I like that feel. It makes the guys be careful of all the fall-offs. Kind of like, it's not like Pinehurst, but it is if you take a look at it. So design-wise, it was a beautiful piece of property design here with the creeks and inside the valleys here. And when I first came here 19 years ago, the only thing we're here are trees and cows. So it's great to see the growth.
I mean, it's beautiful now. Now, you said it's like Pinehurst. Does that mean your bet is Bryson this week, or who do you think?
Well, be honest with you, I think it's a wide open field this week. Who does it really favor? It favors a really good iron player. Depends on the firmness of the greens, which I'm not too sure about today, and the speed. If they're up around 13, then the guys are going to be careful. So I think you could, I'm not going to pick one person out, but I think there's probably 12, 14 that's got a good shot at it this week. So I'm looking forward to it.
Love it. Well, you're behind Cam Smith, so you never know.
That's true. I mean, you know, Cam came up to me yesterday and just asked me to take a look at his driver swing, so I'm just watching him to see how he's doing it now. So that's what I love about it. You know, the guys, you know, they ask you for advice or a tip, and when they ask you for a swing advice, I love being engaged with them.
Coach, designer, coach, what else can you do? Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you.
Once again, great job, Rachel, checking in with CEO and Commissioner Greg Norman. Super excited. The guy who designed this beautiful course here at the Grove. Should be exciting to get into day one. Let's check out some social media, shall we, before we get started. And no surprise here, the guy we've been talking about all day long, Bryson DeChambeau, chugging, I think, some beer out of that. Oh, that's George Kittle there with Bryson. And here he is, getting ready for a big day after an incredible win at the U.S. Open in Pinehurst. Here we are in Nashville. The man of the day, the man of the people. Can he do it again is the question. Well, that's it for the pre-round show. I am your host, Christian Crosby. We'll be checking in with you guys in the post-round show after an incredible day. We're just moments away from our shotgun start as we enter into the second half of our 2024 Live Golf League schedule. I'll see you guys at the post show. Thanks for watching Club 54 pre-round show. Until the post, peace.